just talking randomly. And go ahead, Representative.
Did you know that state representatives make in Texas $600 a month? And by the
That's
time we reduce taxes and insurance, we may owe the state more money than we get.
wow.
Wow.
You want me to try that again?
Yeah. Well,
That was
say what
good.
you said, but your family didn't know what you were signing up for.
All right. Say that first, you're saying? Sorry.
Yeah. Say the way you said it before.
That
Like
was
your family didn't
interesting.
know what you were signing up. And once
Oh,
you
yeah.
get it.
Yeah, last year I spent almost all the year in Austin because we had a regular session for 5 months and 4 special sessions, 30 days each. And so I spent majority of my time in Austin last year, which my family did not expect when I won election in 2022. And I guess most people don't know the fact that state representatives in Texas get $600 a month as salary. And by the time you take out taxes and insurance, we owe more money to the state than we get.
Yeah, but you'll get like some of the best parking in Austin. So I think it's like,
That's
I think
true.
it's an equal trade, really.
All right,
I agree
Amy,
with
let's
that.
get started.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 7 of Over the Ledge Live, the podcast, the #1 and some say only political satire show based solely on the Texas legislature. I know we've been off the air for almost 2 months, and we're sorry. We're not saying that Greg Abbott sent a cease and desist letter or anything. Anyway, I'm Amy Lowry, and I'm glad you're here. Over the Ledge gives you a behind-the-scenes look at the shenanigans of the Texas Ledge by decoding political headlines and legislators' behavior into easy-to-understand laundry washing instructions. Exactly, nobody can understand them. Let's meet our guest tonight. First up, we have our beloved house comedian, Aaron Salinas. Aaron is a writer, actor, and director who loves to share a laugh with folks as almost as much as he loves to share a meal with them. Please welcome Aaron to the show.
What's up, everybody? I'm on my 3rd bag of Lindor truffles, and I only eat them during February, and it hasn't even been a week. So wish me luck.
Good luck. Our next comedic guest tonight is Bryn Wright. Bryn is a comedian from Austin, Texas, who has done shows at Fallout Theater, Cap City Comedy Club, and vape shops right off of I-35 in Round Rock. She doesn't know much about the Ledge, but is excited to be here. Welcome, Bryn.
Hello.
We're glad you're here too. Our very special celebrity guest for tonight is State Representative Salman Bhojani. Born in Pakistan to a large family, Representative Salman Bhojani immigrated to Texas as a teenager. He worked 3 minimum wage jobs to help support his family, climbing the ladder from convenience store cashier to successful business owner, attorney, Euless City Councilman, and Mayor Pro Tem in 2023. Representative Bhojani was sworn in as one of the first Muslims and the first South Asian to serve in the Texas legislature, and is the first person of color ever elected to represent House District 92. He lives in Euless, Texas, with his wife and 2 children. Please welcome Representative Bhojani to the show.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I actually grew up in Arlington.
Okay.
So I know where Euless is as part of the Hearst, Euless, Bedford.
HEB of the North Texas, absolutely.
Everyone was saying HEB. All I could think about was Hearst,
Yes,
Euless,
exactly.
Bedford.
Until we got a few HEBs here, I thought HEB meant Hearst, Euless, Bedford.
Exactly.
And by the way, I represent parts of Arlington as well. So I have
Oh,
6
do
cities
you?
under me. Yeah, Hearst, Euless, Bedford, Arlington, Grand Prairie, and Fort Worth.
Which part of Arlington?
So Northeast Arlington,
Okay.
north of Highway 20, and east of UT Arlington.
Oh, wow. Then I just missed you because we were south of UT, like west and south.
Okay.
We were right at like Fielder and, well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm near the Parks Mall. That's all I'm doing.
That's
Tony
not nice.
Tinderholt.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I was gonna say, are you about to
District 94.
dox yourself? Are you like just
Right. Finally, we have the creator and the ruler of the Over the Ledge Empire, who needs no introduction, Stephanie. I've done way too much adulting this year already. Chiarello.
No, thank you so much for having me.
I
And
love that lamp, by the way.
This one back here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. I got it at Goodwill.
It's where all the goods are, let's be honest.
That's right. I don't ever go to Badwill. That stuff isn't very good.
Get ready, people. More to
right.
come.
We've hit our ceiling. That's it.
Just a reminder, if you like what you're listening to, and how could you not, and you're in a position to help, please become a patron or at whatever level is meaningful to you. It helps us produce the podcast and promote our efforts. Sponsor at whatever level is, okay, that was it, at patreon.com/join/overtheledge with no D. Now it's time for What's Up in Texas with our host, Stephanie Chiarello.
Yay! All right, this is when we laugh roarously no matter what I say. GOP super donor Tim Dunn, who's given millions to right-wing politicians like Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Attorney General Ken Paxton, recently sold his Texas oil company. He plans to funnel those additional billions directly up Paxton's butt in a new phenomenon the kids are calling doofing. Thank you. All right. Conservative consulting group Pale Horse Strategies was recently met with heavy backlash after their leader hosted known white supremacist Nick Fuentes. In response, Pale Horse Strategies has officially filed with the Secretary of State and will now operate under the name Definitely Not Racist.
I mean, pale horse, that's kind of...
That yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing any better for themselves. Governor Abbott signed a law authorizing cops to arrest people anywhere in the state who they suspect crossed the border. I don't think that's fair because I'm not allowed to detain someone just because I suspect they ate my office yogurt, Debbie. They're all this cringe. They're all this cringe.
Is that true? So
that
just
they're all cringe, or that
No,
Debbie?
I didn't know that.
Just because you look a certain level of Mexican
Yes.
or Hispanic.
That's unfortunately, yeah. We passed that in the last special session.
Shouldn't that be?
I
in the
voted no
front
for it,
page?
just for the record.
Thank you,
Good.
Representative. Thank you.
We were going to ask. We wanted to be sure.
It's not grilling you. The show isn't about grilling you and your votes. It's just by the way.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because yes, if you don't have your ID on you, technically they could just take you back to the border and be like, I suspect you, Aaron.
Yeah, and
Oh my
one thing
gosh.
interesting, that they don't even have to ask you for your ID. They can just pull you over and say, hey, you look Mexican, Asian, whatever racial profiling that they want to do. And they say, we're going to drive you to Mexico and throw you out or take you to the airport and book a flight to Mexico, regardless if they're even not from Mexico. If I'm from Pakistan and they're going to deport me to Mexico, that's how it is. And they don't have to check for any documentation. They can just take them. I could be a US citizen and they could throw me out. And what basically we also said, the bill says that the state of Texas will indemnify any peace officer or any law enforcement if they make a mistake. Sort of indirectly saying, go ahead, feel free to make any mistakes if you want to, and we'll take care of you. Really
Has it happened to anyone yet? Do you know?
the law is not in effect right now. I think it gets effect,
Okay.
in due course. I think in a few weeks.
I mean, when this happened in Arizona, it was like national news and everybody freaked out. But this is the first I'm hearing it on Over the Ledge podcast.
Oh, we do breaking news here on Over the
Well,
Ledge.
I mean, let's be honest. This is just a Tuesday for some bullshit we do. So, I mean, in Arizona, it's like, hey, y'all vote Democratic every now and then. But now with us, it's like, oh, wow. Florida, what are you going to do? It's kind of like it's us, Florida, and Ohio. We just try to out-stupid each other. It really seems like.
Yeah, and I spoke on the House floor and said this is unconstitutional. We don't have the authority to do that. But that doesn't stop people from filing bills and voting for it.
Well, right. So do you think it'll be challenged before it goes into effect? Can it be challenged before it goes into effect?
I think it needs to be in effect to be challenged, I'm assuming. I think, but there are constitutional challenges already lined up for this.
Or does somebody have to be thrown out first?
Yeah,
Before
and it's actually, the precedent is Arizona v. US. I think that's the case that sets the precedent that no state can pass laws for the immigration system. That's United States purview, right? Federal government's purview.
Yeah, they should just send them over to Louisiana or something. Then it would be different.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm helping them.
Yeah.
Get over
We
that.
have, and never mind. I'm not going to go there. All right, next joke. More than a third of state agencies are now using AI to some extent. So we asked ChatGPT to write the next joke.
Great.
Here it is. Why did the Texas state legislature bring a ladder to the session? Because they heard the bar for sensible legislation was set really high and they couldn't seem to reach it.
It's a good one.
I hate that it's actually kind of cute.
There may be a ladder right now on the house floor because the house is being renovated right now. I don't know if you all know about it.
It'd be a good visual for your joke.
It is. I'll go. Yeah, we'll go to a live feed of the floor. Okay. Okay. So you can tell that a computer wrote that joke because we would have written it as, why'd the Texas Ledge bring a ladder to session? So they could escape when Abbott locked them into past vouchers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
still a thing. That's
And for the record, I voted for against vouchers. So just clearing
Thank
my
you.
conscience and saying
Thank
that's what Texans wanted me to do, and that's what I did.
Great. Great. This was your freshman session, right?
It was, yes.
Okay. I can't. So
Very interesting.
after we do all this, I'll ask you real questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so a federal court sided with the Freedom Caucus and ruled that hospitals are not required to perform life-saving abortions. So I guess if you get pregnant in Texas, there's no better time. Oh, I'm not going to tell this joke. Never mind. Go back. Nope.
Now I want to know what it is.
Yeah, now I feel like
I'll
you got
tell
it.
you later.
And then just edit it out. You're already going to edit it out. Just
Nope.
finish
Nope.
it.
Hold on. I'll work on it. Hold on.
You can't just say
No, I
abortion
can't.
and
I'm
then
sorry.
not going anymore. Like
And abort it. Oh,
Yeah.
joke aborted.
Okay, let's just say
Oh,
here is the punchline. Is this joke insensitive? I can't tell because my feelings on it don't matter.
Oh,
Oh.
that's powerful. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll tell you later. It's only for patrons, only fans get
I
to
like
hear that.
Amy's version better. It says the joke aborted.
yeah,
Mhm.
you aborted the joke. You went to
Oh,
New
I'm
Mexico.
probably not allowed to do that.
Oh, I'm going to turn you in and get the money. Wait, is that
Yeah.
a money thing?
You
Yeah.
got to go to
yeah,
New
you-
Mexico to tell that joke.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Texas
okay.
will hold primary elections on March 5th. This includes Texas Ledge seats, 15 Senate seats, and 15 seats in the House. Okay, yeah, let's go back in time. Texas will hold primary elections on March 5th. 15 Senate seats, many House seats, Railroad Commissioner, State Board of Education, Texas courts, and more. If you're feeling too dispirited to vote this year, just remember Ken Paxton says that's fine. He was hoping you wouldn't anyway.
Mm.
A Texas Senate candidate backed by Dan Patrick, Brett Hagenbunch, is facing eligibility challenges because he doesn't seem to actually live in his district. Turns out he was spending the majority of the year at your mom's house.
That is a cute last name, though. Hagen Bunch. That's just for the
Right?
record.
Oh, gosh. Ken Paxton and Greg Abbott, the first men to be eaten alive in a zombie invasion, are openly seeking revenge on fellow Republicans who crossed them in 2023. Among those up for re-election, 15 House Republicans are on the chopping block. No word on whether any senators are in danger, though. Early reports indicate that the call is coming from inside the House.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
You're on fire, Stephanie.
I am
You're
on
great.
fire. Okay, I got two more, but they're over here on my phone. Okay. Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing 5 Texas cities over decriminalizing marijuana, to which the cities replied, "It would be a lot cooler if you didn't." And finally, if you're a Civil War history buff, you're in luck. We might be getting a part 2. And this has been recently in Texas. Thank you, Amy. Ooh, let me go back to that joke I aborted.
So that happened again. Stephanie just never learns, does she?
don't.
That's
No.
in the script. Okay, audience, let me tell you how this podcast works. On tonight's episode, Aaron and Bryn are competing against each other for the coveted Most Knowledgeable Comedian in Austin Award. This award is given to the comedian who knows the most about Texas politics, according to the outcome of the games on our show. Stephanie, show the award. Yeah,
bum,
there it is.
bum, 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 bum,
Whoever
bum.
wins gets bragging rights and their photo on social media. Wow, a phallic bowling trophy. This is why we need patrons, so we can offer a real prize. They can use our celebrity guest 3 times between the 2 games as a phone a friend. Now, it is time to play our first game, Da Polls. The Hobby School of Public Affairs at the University of Houston conducted an online survey of Texas registered voters to assess their preferences and opinions regarding the 2024 election cycle. This game is about that poll.
Okay, so I'm adding some banner to the bottom. And so I feel like in the past, Aaron, whenever I have a percentage in a game, like it's no fair for somebody to have to come up with like 53% of something, right?
Mhm.
So these are the answers for every single question here. It's either
dang.
A, which is 0 to 19%, B, 20 to 39, C, D, E. So you have a 20-point range to guess in based on the question. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, and
So
Bryn,
every
you're
answer
gonna
is a percentage.
I'm gonna ask what percentage of something, and you guys guess either it's within A or B or C. I will tell you the exact amount, but in the past it just wasn't fair for me to put down like 25%, 31%.
Because you have a
right?
1 in 100% chance of getting it wrong.
That's true.
I like going back to that, so I'll feel less bad if I get it wrong.
Yeah.
I only have 1 in 5.
Yeah,
Okay,
1 in
don't
5 seems to hurt a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
And representative, they can just ask you if you know the answer, you just tell them the real answer, or if it's just you think something, but you don't have to like make it hard for them. If you know it, you'll definitely know the second game.
Okay.
This game. Okay. So Bryn, you're our guest. You get to go first.
All right.
What percentage of Republican primary voters agree with the 2023 majority decision in the Texas House to block the passage of school choice voucher legislation? So what percentage of Republican primary voters agreed with no vouchers? And your options are A, 0 to 19, B, 20 to 39. I won't read them every time. C, 40 to 59, D, 60 to 79, and E, 80 to 100.
Well, I can't phone a friend this early, so I'm going to go D. 60 to 79. Yeah.
Okay, I like your confidence and your strategy, but unfortunately, no, it was 26%, which
Okay.
is B. So
Really?
most Republicans allegedly want vouchers. That's
Okay.
the circular thinking there.
I thought all those rural Republicans didn't like him either, though.
They
Yeah.
don't. Well, I'll let the representative talk about that.
Yeah, I think we were able to fend against private school vouchers because of the rural Republicans, because we didn't have enough Democratic votes, because we only have 64 Democrats in the House, and it takes 76 to pass or kill a bill. But I'm surprised it's 26%. I was going to guess maybe between B and C. So, I think that was a good guess. I wouldn't know because I apparently am a Democrat and don't know Republican primary voters, right?
Yeah.
You probably went to public school too, so math was
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
those
joking.
rural voters are still trying to mail in their responses, so their responses hasn't gotten
That's
in
right. The
yet.
Pony
That's right.
Express is just not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, same question for you, but Democrats. What percentage of Democratic primary voters agree with the 2023 majority decision in the Texas House to block the passage of school choice voucher legislation? So how many Democratic primary voters liked that? Right.
I have a feeling
voucher.
it'll be super high because the Democrats of Texas are like, sure, dude, whatever's not Republican, like whatever's like anti what the Republicans want. I also didn't take a stats class. Kind of want. Yeah, I'll go D. Wait, no, I'm gonna say E. Wait, no, I'm gonna say C. Stephanie, just give me a better facial reaction. Just I'll lock in D.
No, you lock in C, bro. You're
Dang
just
Too late.
All right. We're this one's just going to be a wash. Zero. It was 59%, which is right on the cusp.
I would have thought it was more as well.
Yeah, I would have easily thought it would be D, but okay.
Yeah, because it guts the public schools, and Democrats in general like to not gut the public schools.
Yeah.
But also the Texas public schools, they might not trust them as much now that I think about it out loud. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, those elite Democrats who want to send their kids to the.
Exactly.
You know, and I might have to look back at the poll. It's also possible that some of them had no opinion, right?
Oh,
That could have really bumped the number up.
Yeah.
Versus
a lot
those
of
who really-
progressives tend to not have kids. They be like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think most people don't understand that, this private school vouchers, the tuition fees is like $30,000-$40,000 a year. The legislature was going to give $8,000 to $10,000, right? And so if it is touted for the poor, how are they going to afford $25,000 every year? And you have to drop the kids. There's no bus system, right? You have to pick up the kids and drop the kids, which, not everybody can afford.
And a lot of them, a lot of them don't follow a lot of protections and give services that public schools have.
They have no standards.
And the school lunches probably suck there too.
The what
And if
sucks?
you-
The school lunches at private schools.
Oh, probably gross.
Yeah.
All
But and
Soylent
if you
Green.
if you have any disabilities, the private schools can say we're not going to take you. They're not required to take anybody. They can just say no off the bat, but they're still getting public funds. So that's what was the oxymoron here. It didn't make sense.
Didn't make any sense.
You're exactly. It's moronic. You're exactly correct, sir. I completely agree.
Did y'all see? Not that I want to talk about federal politics, but when Ron DeSantis was still in there, I think the Daily Show was like, "We need more Ron, more Ron, we need more Ron, we need more Ron." Okay, we're 0-0. Brent,
0-0, neck and neck.
Woo!
what percentage of Republican primary voters familiar with the 2023 impeachment trial of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton would have voted to acquit Paxton if they had served as jurors in his trial? So Republicans voting to acquit, which means Ken Paxton is an angel and has done no wrong ever. Republicans, Ken Paxton, angel.
Well, now I'm just so surprised by the percentages on the last one. I want to go see just to play it safe and hope that it's somewhere. Oh, cool. I'm going to go see.
Yes, you're correct. It's 56%.
Oh, I
Wow,
thought it would.
congratulations.
I thought it would have been higher too, honestly.
Well, I shouldn't say this. Okay, so same question to you, Aaron, but Democratic primary voters. What percentage of Democratic primary voters familiar with the 2023 impeachment trial of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton would have voted to acquit Paxton if they had served as rural jurors at his trial? Democrats, Ken Paxton,
Acquit?
angel. Yeah, to acquit.
Talk to me like I'm dumb. Can you give me the real quick translation of acquit? Because I know
Let
it, but
him
I feel
out.
like
Let
That
him
he's
out.
innocent. How many Democrats would
so
have?
that he's innocent. Okay, so that's where I was getting it confused. Okay.
Okay.
I would say I'm gonna say B. A?
Yes, A. Very
There
good.
we go.
14%. So there's
Oh,
a
wow.
huge difference between Republican and Democrats there, right? A 42-point difference between Republicans would have acquitted and Democrats would not have.
Now, what's our policy on giving Aaron the facial expression?
No, Amy.
I gave it to Bryn. I
Bryn
gave
got
it
it too.
did.
What,
I
whose
was
side are you
even
on?
there.
You know I'm always hard on you because you're the,
What precedent does this set?
Okay, so Representative, this was a first, at least in the last 180 years, and it was your first session. How did this impeachment process feel to you?
Yeah, it was very surreal that first of all, I don't know if you all know, but that we expelled a member right before this. So this is not the first time this has happened. And we expelled a member, a Republican member who was having an inappropriate relationship with his intern. And then we are looking at Paxton, and the evidence that the House Investigation Committee put to us was overwhelmingly sort of speaking out loud and saying that there are, we should impeach Attorney General Paxton for all the sort of things that have happened. And it was really clear to us. And I think most people don't know this. It's a legal sort of jargon, and that's how I know it a lot, that what the burden that we had was just saying, is there enough evidence out there to have a trial for Attorney General Paxton? Does that make sense? Which is very different than saying, oh, I'm acquitting him or I'm marking him guilty. That was not the burden. So that's why we had overwhelmingly supported by Republicans. I think we had 59 Republicans who voted to have the trial happen in the Senate, and then 60 Democrats voted to have the trial happen in the Senate. So our burden was very little, and that's why I felt comfortable voting, saying that there is enough out there. Let the jury decide, let the Senate decide if they want to acquit him or have him find guilty.
Thank you.
And it's a very rare show of bipartisanship, I think, right? When you have 59 Republicans and 60 Democrats in the House, that we were all speaking the same language. We had a huge report given to us. We all did our due diligence. This is not something that came at the 11th hour and said, "Hey, just cram this down," as a lot of people may have said after the fact.
Yeah, I think it took a lot of bravery that I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it was really difficult personally for me because I had such great relationship with Senator Angela Paxton. She's such a sweetheart. She's such an amazing legislator, a senator that worked together with me on bills across the chamber. And so I just was very torn, right, with that.
Wow.
But because I felt like, hey, there's so many constituents that are counting on me to do the right thing. And to me, it felt this was the right thing to do. And I think, I don't know if y'all saw recently, who was this? Senator Drew Springer brought this up in his social media and tweeted about the fact that, with this new evidence, I would not have acquitted him. Did y'all see that? Yeah, it was a Republican senator who's no longer running for office. Senator Drew Springer, who used to be in the House last session, not this session, but session before that, basically said that, because of his trial, the securities fraud, he didn't do something, I'm not sure exactly what, but that made him feel like if it happened all over again, he would not acquit Ken Paxton.
And was it really new evidence, or was this just a convenient way to have it both ways?
That's a good question, but I think because of the trial, he did not plead not guilty. So that's where I think Senator Springer must have said, this is enough. And then there was another senator, Republican senator. There's a definitely Democrat senator, Jose Menendez, that said the same thing. But interesting.
Yeah. Okay, onward. Bryn, this is a 2-part question and your last question. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
In this game, don't worry, we have another game. Okay. What percentage of likely GOP voters reported that they would A, never vote for Haley? So what percentage of likely Republican voters said, no way, Haley A?
Well, I'm just going to use my phone a friend in this one before the first game ends, and then I'll have 2 for the next game. So take it away, Representative.
Are you going to call me or?
I'm calling you.
Yes, please call. Ring, ring, ring.
Oh my God. This is actually tough, right? I mean, I'm a state representative in Texas and I just got elected. I don't know if I can opine on the federal politics, but I would say that, there are some moderate Republicans that would want to vote with Haley, vote for Haley. Man, maybe B, you think? I mean,
I love that answer. B. Uh-oh. No.
No. I thought I was making it, but it's 40%, which is C, but you're
okay.
close.
Oh, we're so close.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be a no. So 40% said they'd never vote for Haley. So the second part of your question is of the same group who would never vote for Trump?
Oh.
And I will tell you it is lower.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to put my dog away, or I think he got out of the room. I put him away. And so if you can hear him barking, I can move him. But every 5 minutes, he's letting out like one bark. Okay. What percentage of those people would or wouldn't vote for Trump? Sorry.
Yeah. And it is lower than the other one.
Would never vote for Trump.
Would not.
Yeah.
Well, lower. I feel like we're waiting for B to win an answer, but maybe it's A.
Yes, it's A.
It's
Good
A,
job.
yeah.
I need the wait, don't tell me audience where they just start doing if like I'm not even close.
13%. 13%
Okay.
said never Trump. 40% said never Haley. So
Okay.
Which honestly, as a Texan, hurts my heart because you know how much A1 that man uses, and like that's like a big deal to us, man. Like,
Great
I
job,
think
man.
I think I saw something about A1 sauce that it says it was established in like 1862. And it was like right in the middle of the Civil War. People were like, you know what we need? Steak sauce. More steak sauce. Okay, Aaron, final question. Guess what? It's a two-parter. What percentage of white likely voters intend to vote for Trump? And this is just Texas white voters.
All white voters?
Of likely voters, which however they determine that, like that you show up regularly
man,
to
that
vote.
sentence structure is very, very funny because if it was like likely white voters, that would have been hilarious. But white
Yeah, no,
likely
you won't.
voters.
You don't like these white voters. It's white likely voters
What would vote for Trump?
intend to vote for Trump as of right now.
See,
Yeah, you nailed it. 57%.
Nice.
dang.
Good job.
Ooh.
And then what percentage say they'll vote for Biden, Aaron?
Wait, I have to consider
White,
I'm
white,
not voting.
likely
people.
voters.
Uh,
Me. Who am I voting for? Aaron.
I don't trust the. I have to factor in the. I don't trust the government. I keep my gold under my bed, folks.
Oh yeah. I
All
got
those
my diamonds right here.
all those papaws out there. I'm gonna go with B.
Good job. Yeah,
Hey.
33%.
Nice.
33%. Okay, I have
Alright.
some tiebreaker. Oh no, I'm sorry. This game's going a little long.
3-2. Yeah.
3-2. Okay, I'm sorry. I have two more questions on this game because I want to complete the picture.
Oh, okay.
Bryn, what percentage of Latino likely voters intend to vote for Trump?
Oh God.
I'm gonna throw this out there. You got to factor in Laredo because they are very Trump heavy. Just
Like,
throwing that
I
out.
don't
there.
even know how to do this math, if I'm being totally honest.
Just look at 70's face.
I mean, I'd like to just cross out E right at the beginning to say we're not an E. B? A.
Which-
I
Not
think
A.
I'm B, not B, you said?
C,
Not
you're right. C, vote for Trump.
I don't get a
C.
point for that. The C's like the one letter I didn't say.
Okay, no point. 47% of Latinos are
Wow.
likely to vote for Trump. How many
Really?
for Biden, Bryn?
Well, 47 is almost half of 100, so perhaps, another 40% or something, maybe C again.
Very good. So
Okay, cool.
41% plan to
Okay.
vote for Biden. So just remember, white is 57 Trump, 33 Biden. Latino is 47 Trump, 41 Biden.
Wow.
You're the last one, Aaron. What percentage of Black likely voters
funny.
intends to vote for Trump?
I'll go C again.
Trump is only 14%.
Really?
It's
Okay.
A for
okay.
Black
Yeah.
voters. And then for Biden, Black voters for Biden.
He's really been struggling with Black voters. I've seen, at least in South Carolina. I know that was like a big deal because that's where he was campaigning. I still have a phone a friend. Representative, what are you feeling?
I would say he won last time by the African American vote, and so I think they would pretty much be a solid voting bloc for him now.
Do you think
I just
enough for
don't know if
D?
it's C or D. That I would
yeah.
be conflicted between that. She said for Trump, was it what, 14?
14.
Yeah, so I would say
so I have to factor
maybe,
that.
yeah, maybe D, right? Because if it's 14, who else will they pick?
That's true. D?
Yeah, you're right.
Wow. Nice. Thank you, Representative. Thank
Oh,
you.
no
Yeah,
problem. Sorry, Brain, I didn't do a good job for you.
Okay, you're better friends with Aaron, but maybe I'll get you next
I know
time.
y'all both equally.
He lets me use his parking spot when he's not in town.
So I think what I want you to walk away with here is that Democrats are relying on Black voters at the top of the ticket here ridiculous.
And some Hispanic.
Some Hispanic, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
I will say my friend actually did a report recently on the resurgence of the Latino red wave. It is fascinating. And counties like Webb and Clayburgh and Nueces, which I'm very familiar with, all leading that charge. It is fascinating.
Yeah, especially in the Rio Grande Valley and South Texas. That's the really
Yeah.
huge Republican wave coming in that.
Yeah, it's
okay, where are we at,
Cool.
Amy? And we're going to go quickly through game 2 so that we can interview the representative.
Okay, Aaron is leading only by 1 point, 4-3. So you can come back, Bren. All right, for the next one, Representative Bhojani serves on the House Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence and the House Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. He also serves as the chairman of the Criminal Procedure Subcommittee on the House Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. You'd think our second game would be about criminal justice, but no, we're going to talk about ping pong, one of his hobbies. Let's play ping pong forever.
All right. So are you like ranked in ping pong? I just saw it on your biography.
No, I never tried ranking myself.
Okay.
But
Okay.
probably not. I'm not that good.
Oh, I have a ping pong table at home. So if you ever want to come play, I'm not very good. I'm not very good, but it is regulation. Okay, it is regulation. Okay, we're
I have
gonna
a ping pong table at work, but I don't get a chance to play as much.
Oh, at work,
sir.
or at the house?
At work, yeah, because we do ping pong challenges at my law firm with all the
Nice.
employees. Yeah, and then since I win every time, so I just take myself out of the challenge and have them play.
Okay, but he's not that good. Okay, humble brag.
Well, can you say no to your boss? All right. We're going to be done. We have 10 minutes for this game. Bryn, what was the original name of ping pong when it was first played in England in the late 1800s? Was it A, Milady Milady?
I hope so.
B, Whiff Waff? C, Pickle Tickle? Or D, Ball Ball?
For some reason, B feels the most reasonable to me.
You're right. It was called Whiff Waff.
Okay.
It also feels the most English. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Whiff Waff. I was like, Milady, funny, but then Ball Ball, I was like, would they go there? Like, would they call it Ball Ball?
I just see like Milady, Milady, Milady. Okay, great start, Bryn. Aaron, ping pong was copyrighted by what company, forcing the game to be called table tennis? A, Facebook?
Atari.
Yes. No.
Oh, dang it.
A, Facebook. B, Disney. C, Mattel. Or D, Parker Brothers.
Man, I really want to say the fucking mouse, but I seriously doubt Disney had anything to do with it. I hate Disney so much ever since they wanted to copyright Dia de los Muertos, and like collectively Mexico was like, I fucking dare you. I fucking
when was that they
when they were making Coco. They were like,
Coco was a great movie though.
They were like, we gotta get Dia de los Muertos.
Look at this silly little holiday. Let's just make trillions off of it. I don't think it was the mouse. It's not Facebook. Parker Brothers?
Very good. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it's a game company. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I do like Atari though.
I really thought it was Atari. I got
That's just
so
Pong.
excited.
That wasn't
it's
ping pong.
But
So, Representative, did you know that one? You knew it was Parker Brothers?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. Aaron, Bryn. How long is a table tennis game? Like, what score do you win at? A, one of the players scores 21 points and there is a 2-point difference after the score was tied. Or, or one of the players scores 11 points and there is a 2-point difference after the score was tied. C, in order to win a game, players must win 4 points. The name of these 4 points is love, 15, 30, 40, and game. Or D, each game is 1 hour long, divided into 15 quarters. Highest score wins.
Well, I've never played a game of ping pong to completion, so I'm definitely gonna phone a friend on this one because I have no idea.
So when I started off, they had 21. Went to 21 points, but I think recently, maybe about 5 years ago, so they reduced it to 11 points to make the game shorter and move it faster. So, and you change serve at every 2 points, which was not the case before. It was at every 5 points. So I would say B. Is that right? I hope I can help Bryn.
But he also gave a great history as well.
Yeah,
so-
I was like, he kind of backed up with all the facts and everything.
I know,
So
yeah,
you're right.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
B.
okay,
Correct.
awesome.
And I've been playing with my niece under the old rules, so I was excited to look this up. And
Yeah.
Because 21's a lot, dude. That's that's cardio.
And do you only play one time, like to 11? Like if you're in a
No,
tournament,
3.
3.
So
Okay.
So it's
Best of three?
best of 3 or best of 5, depending on. I think usually, again, the games are getting shorter and shorter, so best of 3.
What do you think about the movie Balls of Fury?
I love it so
Are
much.
you pro or anti? That's
I'm
like
not- I've not seen that movie.
Is it ping pong?
It's
I don't
it's
even
one
know if I should recommend it. Actually, it's ping pong, right? Yeah.
of- yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
It's like a very God. How do you even what's that guy's name? I can't remember. It's a very ridiculous movie. I haven't seen it in many years. It's all about ping pong. It's wildly
Okay,
inappropriate and stupid and all that kind of
Is
stuff.
it like dodgeball-esque? But the ping
Dodgeball
pong?
yeah,
has-
but just not as good.
yeah, dodgeball has some merit.
Yeah,
Balls of
Dodgeball,
Fury-
you could definitely rewatch. Balls of Fury, I think I saw it when I was like in middle school and I've never watched it again, but I've
Oh,
also
we're
never
gonna-
forgotten it.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly, same. It's like very much of its time where you're like, oh, this is a bad late 2000s
Yeah.
movie.
I'm sure very racist. Like I can't remember a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, but I wish there was enough time for me to be a state representative, be at work as well as, take care of enough of my family. That's why I'm never able to watch so many movies as well. I haven't even
That's
seen
fair.
Barbie.
That's fair.
Oh,
You haven't seen Barbie?
No, my daughter has been asking me to see it, but it's just finding time is what's really challenging.
Mhm.
And this
You're
year,
fighting a good
hopefully,
fight.
I'll find a little bit more time. If we didn't have to run for election again, I would be, have more
Do
time.
you
this
have
year.
a primary opponent?
I don't have a primary opponent, but I think what I'm trying to knock on doors just to be out there and let people know I'm the state representative, and that it should help other Democrats up and down the ballot if we can increase the Democrat electorate, because the issue is Texas is not a blue state or a red state; it's a non-voting state. And when we get all the minority communities, I increased actually 1,000 people in the last Democratic primary I ran for, because I knocked on a
Wow.
lot of South Asian and Muslim and other minority doors, and they're like, "What's the primary?" Because they come from countries where there's just one election. There's no primary election. They're like, "What is primary? Do I have to swear to be a Democrat or what?" They don't know the process, right? So, but I was able to bring a lot of people out to increase that electorate, and that's what my focus has been now.
Oh, that's
It's not about me;
great.
it's about the community and everybody else.
Okay, but you could have watched Balls of Fury instead, but that's fine that you did that.
But no, just increase voter outcome.
Great. Which
Okay.
one? Which one's
It's
better?
cool that you got 1,000 extra people to come out, but
You could have given 95 minutes to yourself, sir, to watch.
Self-care
that is
is
fantastic.
Y'all are all speaking my wife's language, and she always tells me I'm not a good balancer. I can't balance these things. I get swayed with my state duties and forgive my, not really pay attention to my personal duties, unfortunately.
Mhm.
You're fighting
Oh,
the good
no.
fight, and we appreciate you for
Yeah.
it.
And we're
Absolutely. Thank
taking
you.
your time tonight when you could have been watching. Balls.
This is so much fun, though, right?
Barbie over the ledge.
What a great time. Okay, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
What is a let in ping pong? L-E-T. Is it letting the other player serve when it's not their turn? Letting the ball bounce twice on your opponent's side of the net as a courtesy? C, when the net is a little higher because both players are tall and agree on the increase? Or D, during a serve when the ball hits the net?
I'm going to go ahead and call on the gentleman who nodded as soon as he said let. So take it away, sir.
It's the D, when the ball touches the net during a serve.
Oh. You were real going hard with the emphasis on let on every other word except the one that didn't need it. Okay.
Are you going to accept the representative suggestion?
I'm going to accept it.
Well, I will let you get this point because you are correct. But I'm really proud of my other guesses.
Nope.
My-
Yeah, it was good.
My fake other answers I thought were pretty good.
They were.
Okay, Bryn, what happens if the ball hits your finger or hand during a ping pong rally? A, if your ball touches your paddle hand, it's okay. If your ball touches either hand, it's okay. That's B, A, B. C, if
Mhm.
your ball touches either hand, it's a violation. D, if your ball touches either hand and you scream ouch or anything similar, it's a violation. But if you grin and bear it, it's okay. Do you need
How many more questions do we have left in this game? Because I've only got one.
This is your last one, unless there ends up being
well, then
a tie.
part of me wants to not use it because,
Oh, use it. I'm sorry. I'm not.
But what's the
giving
pain? No, exactly. I go, what am I holding back for? I should use it while he's here. I'm going to phone a friend again. I'll say now, my best guess that I would have given was if it hits the hand that your paddle is in. But I'm not confident about that.
Yeah, I think this seems like that. I think if it touches that hand and everything plays normal, I don't think there's a violation. Do you mind repeating one more time all the choices?
Yes. A is if your ball touches your paddle hand, it's okay. If your ball touches either hand, it's okay. If your ball touches either hand, it's a violation. Or D, which I can't believe you're not thinking it is if your ball touches either hand and you scream ouch, it's a violation. But if you grin and bear it, it's okay.
Or E, a shot to the knee.
Yeah, gotta be A or C, but I mean, I feel like the reasonable answer is A, but then I know that there are pretty intense tournaments and rules, and I feel like if they let the ball touch any of the hands, they could just cut that person out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. I mean, at least in the games that I've played, I mean, it's not professional, but when the ball touches that paddle hand, I'm right-handed, so if it touches my hand, it lands on the other side. Nobody cares.
All right.
Unless you're hitting
The
from your
law
left hand.
office rules will go A.
You're correct. Very good. You're right. Way to think it. I mean, imagine like you're paddling or you're like, oopsie, oopsie, hit my hand.
I made up for the loss, Bryn.
Yes, you definitely did. You definitely did.
Okay, Aaron. Last question in this game, unless we have to go to a tiebreaker. How are disagreements resolved in ping pong if no referee is present? A, if there are observers, they decide by majority vote. B, if there are no observers, the players serve balls as hard as they can at each other, and the first person who misses the opposing player loses the original argument and point. C, if there are no observers, the honor system. Or D, if there are no observers, each player serves, and whoever gets it closer to the net on the opponent's side of the net wins.
I just want to say real quick, in my head, I thought it'd be really funny if they did it like American Revolution style, and they just like went back to back and then like took 10 steps, and then turn around and threw their paddle, and whoever got like knocked out, that's who they decide. No, we lost rep. I was gonna ask him. Shit.
Oh no! Oh my God. What's happening?
He's got to watch Balls of Fury. He's like,
he's like, I've had enough.
I know. Uh-oh.
His wife watched the podcast and was like, no, not that.
No.
Knocking on doors, yes, but
this is working.
Well, isn't he adorable? Like, he just seems like so
he's great,
righteous
He's a
and
great guy.
honest and sincere. Oh, poor guy in the wrong business.
For what it's worth, since he's not here, I guess I'll go honor system.
You're right.
Hey, nice.
You're right. But he's the next thing we do is interview him. So
I know.
Well, this is awkward. Okay, Amy, is there a winner or do we have?
They're tied for this one, but there is an overall winner.
Okay, let's talk among ourselves for just a little while. Man, okay.
Those strawberry cheesecake Lindor truffles.
That's the kind you were eating?
The raspberry cheesecake are so good.
Is it white chocolate or milk chocolate?
It is white chocolate. But right now I just got the plain Jane. Because I was gonna make a peanut butter pie for Super Bowl weekend.
Peanut butter jelly, butter jelly.
Yeah, I already opened this bag, so we'll see if it makes it to Sunday.
I wonder if he lost the interwebs.
Is there a way to call him or just?
Oh, he's trying.
Oh, good.
We were worried we offended you.
Great.
You're good.
My home internet just died on me. Sorry, I'm just using my cell phone.
That's
Totally
okay.
good. I got it
Well
correct
done.
for what it's worth. I was going to use you, but it was an
Nice.
honor system.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Who
wonderful.
won?
Okay, we're announcing now.
Okay.
We waited for
Oh.
you. Okay.
Yes. Okay. With an overall across the two games one more point. Aaron is the most knowledgeable comedian in Austin. Congratulations.
Wow.
One of
Aaron,
these days I'll get to keep the trophy.
Congratulations.
do you have a speech or anything? Aaron?
I'm really glad I watched Balls of Fury. I didn't pull any of the knowledge from that movie. But you know, middle school me thought it was kind of funny. So it's probably awful. It is probably
awful.
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay,
need to give gifts as the ring light for the
I
the
have a
laptop.
ring light. Stephanie gave me one. It could be a lot worse, sir. Trust me.
I mean, have you thought of bringing it closer to your face, Aaron?
No, I like the vibe it gives.
It's totally intentional.
It is. Like it's given a certain mysterioso, you know?
Yeah, like you're
It's given the horror movie webcam, you know, where they're all on Skype and they start getting killed by the same demon. And
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with that. I got student
I love
loans.
horror movies, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, now it is time for the main attraction when Stephanie interviews State Representative Salman Bhojani. Take it away, Stephanie.
Yay. Thank you so much for being on the show and sticking it out. Although it seemed like you left, and I was like, "Woo!" Only the third one I've offended so much that he leaves. I haven't. They've all stayed. So why don't you give our audience just a little brief history about yourself, including what inspired you to run?
Sure, yeah. So I was born in Pakistan and came to America when I was 19 years old. Worked at gas stations, mopping floors, cleaning restrooms, and stocking shelves for just $6 an hour. Worked my way up, became a cashier, then a manager, and then bought my first gas station in 2003. And then had 4 businesses when I went to law school at SMU in the evening programs. In the morning, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. I went to my gas stations, and then 6 p.m. to 9:45 were my classes at SMU. After 4 long years and reading thick law school books, I was able to become an attorney and worked at a large law firm called Haynes and Boone, but didn't get politically involved until we elected our former president, who we talked about quite a bit earlier. And I felt that was not the right decision for America because, there was a lot of hate that was spewed against people like me, people who prayed like me, or immigrants like me. And I felt like we needed a seat at the table. And these 4 years are going to be so bad for us. And I just felt wrong that why didn't I do something to make this better? All the polls said, Hillary would win. And so I didn't do much. And I felt really bad. So I said, okay, I'm going to change the world and one day at a time and try to run for my city council in my city of Euless. I was serving on the park board already. And that's when I ran for Euless City Council in 2017 and lost by a few hundred votes. Got a lot of Islamophobia, a lot of hate. People said, go back to Pakistan. This is not your country. This is not where you belong. You're going to bring Sharia law in Euless, or you're going to make women wear hijab, or just all sorts of things that they hear on the news. And I realized that why are they saying that? Because they're concerned and they're a little bit ignorant in that, right? They're maybe well-intentioned, but they just feel like an outsider is coming into their place. And so I explained to them, I don't, it's not like every Muslim believes in Sharia law. And I know the law of the land is the United States Constitution and Texas Constitution. And I'm an attorney. I'm giving my time for free for the city of Euless. And I so I continued in 2018, knocked on so many doors and won only by 37 votes and made history by being the first minority ever elected in the history of the city of Euless in a minority majority city. 52% of people of color, but all city council was all white. And I was really honored to win and make a lot of change. That I was also elected. So there were 7 city council members. I was the only Democrat and the only minority. 6 of my colleagues on the Euless City Council elected me as mayor pro tem in 2020. And so that's how I really, really enjoyed it and worked across the aisle. And because, cities are so awesome because our potholes are not Republican or Democrat, right? They're just potholes that need attention and love and care. And so I've really, and I'm honored that I have a seat at the table and, where a lot of people can come. And my job is always to connect people to their government in every which way.
Wonderful. What was one of your biggest surprises, either positive or negative, when you came to the House?
Yeah, like how many percentage of bills? So there are about 10,000 bills that are filed in last year, and about 90% of those bills are bipartisan, which is really surprising because we hear a lot about very contentious and polarizing bills, some of them which we talked about earlier in this on this podcast. But I think 90% of that legislation is bipartisan. We talked about how to improve our healthcare, our education system, our economy. One thing that I am proud, but it didn't happen because of me. So when I started the 88th legislative session in January of last year, Texas was the ninth largest economy in the world, meaning that if Texas was a separate country, it would be in the list of America, China, India, all those. We would be right neck to neck with Russia. And when we ended the legislative session, we became the eighth largest economy in the world. So
I
now
think
we
you
beat
should
Russia.
take credit. Take credit for that. Take credit
Nothing
for
to
it.
do with me, but we worked quite a bit together on the economy and seeing how we can really provide apprenticeship programs for the workforce, because Texas has amazing businesses, but those businesses need workforce as well that is talented, and so we worked quite a bit on that. So that's what I think I was really surprised to see a lot of good, and I started to my session by taking selfies with 180 state representatives and senators. There were only two that did not want to take selfie with me, but everybody else did, and it was really good. There was an article in the newspaper in Fort Worth Report saying that Representative Bojani is getting himself known in the Texas House one selfie at a time. So that was really interesting.
Can I guess which two?
I'd rather not mention it, yeah, because I respect people's decisions. So
I'm just gonna open up my Texas legislative handbook here. All right, I won't do it. I won't do it.
there are
But
a
I
lot of
think
names. There are 181 state representatives and senators.
yes. Um, talk a little bit about your priority bills, please.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
what were you
So
most passionate about?
yeah, I think, like I said, I worked on a lot of bipartisan bills, and my goal was I filed 34 pieces of legislation, and my goal was so that you can have up to four joint authors on every bill. So every bill, to let people know this is a sort of a bipartisan effort, I had two Democrats and two Republicans join author with me on every single bill to make it
Wow.
really seem that this is not a partisan issue. I want to work together across the aisle. As I told y'all, it's 64 Democrats and 86 Republicans, right? So it takes 76 to pass. There's no way we can work only within our party and make any meaningful legislation happen. So my priority was to really talk about interfaith dialogue, because I got a lot of Islamophobia, and with the climate that's going on right now with the Israeli and Palestinian conflict. So that's really timely as well. So in February of last year, I rolled out the Religious Freedom Agenda press conference that talked about how do we really celebrate, respect, and protect everybody's religious practices in the state of Texas. We have so many people, 30 million Texans, and they come in all shapes, sizes, color, religious background, ideologies, and so we want to respect that. And I was really honored that one of them was passed by bipartisan support, which said that no star test on religious holy days, Eid, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, All Saints, all that. Was really important, and it passed by both the House and the Senate.
Wow.
Who would you say was like your best friend? Did you have a mentor who took you under their wing?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of great mentors uh, from both sides of the aisle. I don't know if I can say one person, but it's been really a great feat sort of working with them. Am I lagging a little bit? I'm so sorry.
The,
No,
the
you're good.
littlest bit. You're fine.
Okay,
You're
okay.
fine.
Yeah, I think all the sort of leaders in my committees. So I was named the chairman of a subcommittee on criminal jurisprudence, which is actually a very rare occurrence for a freshman legislator and a Democrat for that matter, right? To be named the chairman. So I had a really good time working with them. I think one of the good friends was Representative Chris Turner, who is from Tarrant County, and who's been a great mentor from the day I won my Democratic primary race. He was really helpful to me.
Wonderful. Did you face a lot of racism or phobia inside the Capitol from other members or constituents or lobbyists?
No,
Or
not really.
Debbie? Everybody
Yeah,
knows Debbie's a
yeah.
racist.
There is a lot of that, but I think because I'm already elected and because I try to work with everybody, I like to give hope and optimism to people. And so that's why I didn't see much of that. There were a lot of people going to other representatives' offices and saying, like, this is a pro-Muslim session. There's a lot of stuff because I, celebrated, Ramadan. I did a resolution for that, for Eid, for not just my faith as well. I also did resolutions for the Sikh community. They celebrate Vaisakhi, so I did that. The Buddhist community, they celebrate Vesak, so I did a resolution for that. So I brought the first Quran to the chapel in the capital. There's been a
Wow.
Bible there for decades, which I really like that there is a Bible there. So what happened is right before the month of Ramadan, I think in March or so of last year, Muslim staffers came to me at the capital and said, during the holy month of Ramadan, would you, we want to pray in the chapel, but there's no Quran there. Would you, be able to put that? So I went up the ladder, asked the house administration, and really got good responses, and they were able to allow me to put the Quran. And then a few weeks later, I felt like, I mean, I'm not. Why should I only bring my religious text here? I am sort of the champion of religious freedom and interfaith dialogue. So I spoke to the Jewish community and brought the Jewish Torah at the chapel as well. And then I spoke to the Hindu community and brought the Bhagavad Gita, which is their holy text, there to the chapel as well. And so I'm just again trying to promote all the religious, parity together to respect everybody's faith.
Where is the chapel in the building?
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Most people
ashamed to
don't
say
know.
I don't know where it is.
I did a TikTok about that because nobody knows where the chapel is, including state representatives, right? And
Right.
so it's on the fourth floor, right above the house, on the house side, on the west side.
Wow. Okay.
So that was really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Oh.
have to go check it out. And
I
so
just
you
want
have
to say real
TikTok.
quick, Representative, like that's probably one of the most patriotic things I've ever heard of, is like championing religious freedom. Like that's so cool, dude. Like seriously, that's really awesome. Like seriously, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, it's protected under a constitution, but I think
Mhm.
very, little do we know what about the other faiths traditions. And more I celebrate these traditions. I was, celebrating Hanukkah with the Jewish community a couple of weeks ago and broke bread with them. I was celebrating, the Sikh community and had their langar that they do every Sunday. And then everybody says the same thing. Love thy neighbor concept is in every religious scripture. But it doesn't say to love thy neighbor so long as they're Christian or so long as they're Jewish, so long as they're Muslim. It says love thy neighbor. That's it. And so why shouldn't we talk about the religious unity and trying to really fight against all the bigotry that people face all the time, including right now? There was a young man that was stabbed from my district in Arlington, in Austin, a couple of days ago, in your backyard. And it was now named as not just a racially profiled crime, but hate crime against, because he came there for a Palestinian protest over there. And that should not be happening. We need to rise above that. Texas is a loving, compassionate state that welcomes everybody from all different walks of life. And my goal is just to say, an attack against one religion is an attack against all religion. So we need to band together, unite, and say the power belongs to the people of Texas, not to me, not to my state fellow representatives or senators or the governor for that matter. It belongs to the people of Texas. They really need to look at that and say, let's come out and support each other, because that's what love and compassion brings in. That's how we are such a strong state and country. And we cannot forget those values that make us such an amazing place to live and work.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you're still hoping, because I'm a little down on Texas. But thanks for you.
That's what we have to, right? When I speak to Boy Scout leaders, Boy Scout community members, and youth, and they just, I see so much passion in them. I feel like we're in good hands with these youth that are, and again, y'all are, doing this as well for a long time. I think the tide will
we're
change.
very young. Every one of us is super young. Thank you.
The tide will change, though. Maybe 10 years from now, I think we'll have a more compassionate state that we're welcoming people from all walks of life.
Well, you talked about it earlier about winning by only 37 votes, which is an illustration of every vote counting, that you turned out 1,000 new voters. What is something you wish voters understood about the process and the legislature in a way that would get them more excited and involved?
Yeah, I think it's knowing that it's so tough to pass a bill in the state house. I filed like 25 of them and was able to pass 10 out of the house. The House and the Senate is made to kill bills. But I'll give you an example. There was a COLA passed, so cost of living adjustment for retired teachers. That was passed. It was a historic bill that was passed this session. And I can't tell you how many times I saw my constituent, who was a retired teacher, come out to the Capitol, drive from DFW to Austin, so many times and petition their legislature, the senators and representatives to fight for that, and it did get passed. So I think that's why I have hope, because if you really show up, the process is very difficult because things are decided in the committee hearing, and most people don't even know about the committee hearing. They think about on the House floor. By the time a bill comes to the House floor, it's most likely going to pass. That's the sort of general notion. So if there's a bill that hurts our community, we need to make sure that it's taken care of in the committee. And so that process is very archaic, and it's very foreign for people. So I want to let more people know about that. So that's why I do a lot of let's sort of recap to let them know. And another thing I would say is there is a lot of fun to that. We were talking about ping pong, right? So my favorite sport is ping pong, but I had the honor of playing football this last session, and it was my first football game on Kyle Field. I'm at
Wow.
Kyle Field, and my first football game, I scored a touchdown. It was so humbling. And so great. My staff actually mic'd me up when I started the game, and so there's a TikTok about that. You can look at it also, where they mic me up, and so I'm screaming and saying all these things. Again, no swear words because I don't swear, but it was a lot of fun. At the end I scored a touchdown, and then they asked me what's my favorite sport. I said ping pong, and they're laughing. I did so well in football, but I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to lie, ping pong is my favorite sport. And it was really nice to have. It was freshmen against veteran state representatives, and that was a really nice way to bond, because whether
That's
you're
great.
Republican or Democrat, it didn't matter. We were just having fun. And so I
Mhm.
did another thing where I did Staff Appreciation Day or Legislature Appreciation Day, where we had really great things for state representatives and their staff. Like we had puppies and popsicles for staff members, just to play with puppies and eat popsicles. So there's a lot of fun that happens. I think we need to champion more of that, because I think what happens in the news is you see Democrat versus Republican and head to head combat. But I think at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all have a passion to serve our state. It's just sometimes we have difference of opinions of how we go about doing that. But I think at the end of the day, we're all here to improve our state and move it forward. So I really like that fact, and a lot of people don't know about it.
Man, you're just so uplifting. I think you should run for governor. I think you're
I was
high
thinking
in
that
the
too.
Democratic bench. Let's, I'll stop and then let other people ask questions. But you did say that the the 4 extra sessions were a real strain on your family. Can you talk a little bit about what you thought it would be like and what it ended up being like? And really, this is an opportunity to talk about how wonderful and supportive your wife is.
No, absolutely. I mean, without my wife, I'm nobody, right? The people that know Salman Bhojani, they know that Salman Bhojani exists today because of Nima. I am. If you go look at any of my social media account, my introduction is I am the husband of Nima Bhojani. She's actually the person, and a lot of people say this. Oh, she's the woman behind you. I was like, no, 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 no. She's not the woman behind me. She's the woman beside me that makes everything happen, and that is really really powerful. She and I met when I was literally mopping floors at gas station for $6 an hour. And I really don't know what she saw in me, but she really made the
A
best out of
man
me.
who does chores is
Yes.
so valuable.
But I don't
So
do that right now.
valuable.
I don't do that right now, and that's another like sad part, right? That I don't cook, I don't wash dishes, I don't do laundry. Everything she's having to do, with help and all that. So, but I think she really brought the best out of me, because every time she would ask me, "Is this what's your purpose in life?" And I'd be thinking, "Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm making $6 an hour," and but it was difficult, right? Putting food on the table. Those are the challenges that we had. We didn't talk about politics or policy. Our challenges were how we're going to make the next rent payment. And I
Mhm.
think she was hand in hand working hard with me as we had kids, as we did all the things, like, she has knocked on doors for me. She has made phone calls. Like, I would not be here today without her. And that's one thing that I want to let people know, that it's really hard to be a state rep if you're trying to do a good job, right? I mean, if you're there just to be there, just a chair warmer, that's different. And I don't see a lot of that. I see a lot of people who are doing really good job as colleagues that I've seen. And it's really tough on a low budget, because you really need to have another profession or career that puts food on the table, because this job does not. As I said, is we only make $600 a month. But last 4 special sessions were really difficult for me, because in a regular session, there's a lot of trading that's going on, right? Hey, I've got this agenda, I've got this particular thing I want to take for my constituents, right? Can you help me with that? And then we work together really collaboratively. In special sessions, there is none of that. There's just the governor's ideologies, the governor's beliefs that here we want to pass a private school voucher. That's it. And so there's no negotiation. I said, okay, or even for that property tax relief, which we gave a historic $18 billion property tax relief, everybody's going to feel that, which is great, except renters. And I have 62% renters in my district. What about them? Do you think landlords are going to get tax relief, are going to say, oh, out of the goodness of my heart, I'm going to give $100 discount every month to my tenant? Absolutely not, right? And there may be some good tenants, landlords out there. I don't want to discount that, but I'm just saying that it's not going to happen until we actually make it happen. So I co-authored a bill with that saying, let's give renters relief, because all the tax money that we got, not the property tax, but the sales tax, are because of renters also, right? So they should be seeing some money back. It didn't happen. So those were a little bit the challenges that we had in the special sessions. I like the regular session much better because we have some incentive to work together.
Great. Amy, I saw your hand.
Yes, you said that you work with Senator Angela Paxton closely, and she's a Republican. We actually do feature a lot of things about her in our theatrical show at Over the Ledge. And I wondered if she shared with you her CD, Pistol Packin' Mama, and if you enjoyed that.
No, I didn't even know about this. The first time I'm hearing about it.
You are in for a treat. Yes.
Okay,
Amy, do you
all right.
want
The
to
whole CD.
sing a little bit of it? Are you warmed up?
I don't remember all of it, but it's basically like, I'm a pistol packing mama, yes I am. I'm a pistol packing mama, and my husband sues Obama. I'm a pistol packing mama, yes I am. I did not make that up. That's a real thing.
No,
She
it's
recorded that
real.
CD.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
get it for you.
She on
You have a really
Spotify, now that I
beautiful
think
voice,
about it.
Amy. Great. That was really good singing.
Thank you.
Amy's a professional singer.
In
Oh,
fact, you
nice.
should come out and see us. The first weekend of October will be our theatrical Over the Ledge show.
I would love that. I would maybe
What?
participate in that too. I would love it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Any other questions, Aaron or Bryn, before we wind down?
Not necessarily a question, but I do
Okay,
want
I
to
don't want a
say
statement, Aaron. I asked
Well, no.
questions.
it's a fucking thanks, Stephanie. Jesus.
Okay. All right. And also
Um,
no swearing, Aaron.
He said he doesn't swear. I never said me.
Okay, you're right. You're
There's-
right. Okay.
I just wanted to say, like, I come from a family of immigrants. I that hustle you are talking about, like, it is something that moves me. It is something that just really just fuels my soul. Because I mean, if you think about it, that's the backbone to America is the people we don't see, the people who are working, for overnights and all that, and to see you just reaching success and then being like, hey, the work is not done is just incredibly moving. And I just want to say thanks, man. Like it truly means something to be like, no, there's still a little guy out there that I gotta work for and make sure that they're feeling it. And like I know, I'll be honest with you, did not know your name before this, but you are somebody that I will brag about going forward, and I know others will feel the same as well.
And thank you. I'm just a public servant, and just trying to improve the quality of life of people, because that's what America has given me. I'm such a land of opportunity. I've lived the American dream, really honored, and now it's because it took a village for me to be here, right? To win by 37 votes, or to be a business owner or be an attorney, and I just want to pay back to that village that I call my community.
You're allowed an off day. Just gonna throw that out there. You're allowed to take a break, watch a movie, kick your feet up, man. You're allowed. Just saying. Nima would appreciate it, I bet.
Absolutely. I'll try to do it right after this.
Okay. Well, thank you. Amy, let's take us home. Thank you so much, Representative.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much to our special guest, Representative Salman Bhojani, and to our comedic guests, Aaron Salinas and Bryn Wright. Where can people find you next, Representative?
So Bhojani for Texas is our website, BHOJANIFORTEXAS.com. And my social media handles are Salman Bhojani, my first name, last name, TX. @ before that.
All right, thank you. And yes, I think everybody should check out your TikToks. Those sound really great.
Is that right? Is that the link for you?
No, so TEXAS, the full form of Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then Aaron, how about you? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be coming up in a couple of storytelling events coming up in the next coming months. And I think I got a couple of things coming out at Hideout. Yeah, I'll tell folks about it. But yeah, I'll be there.
And
Please-
Bryn, do you
please
have any
tag
shows?
Over the Ledge when you do something, Erin.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. And Bryn, are you going to be performing at a vape shop or venue?
I don't have any upcoming performances on the calendar. I am just beginning to write a one-woman show, so hopefully that will turn into something. And you can find me on Instagram at Broobin, BROOBN, for stand-up clips and stuff like that. But when I get a performance, I post it on my Instagram stories. So I know the thousands of listeners are going to be obsessed with me and want to come to my next show in Austin.
Oh yes.
And I
Exciting.
might have a next show for you. I'm doing a show at the deli again if you want to.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I'll reach out to you on Insta. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Those shows are really fun. All
They
right.
are really good.
And thank you
Would
to
you
our
mind if we take a quick picture right now?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody
Hold on,
smile.
let me
You want
change
to
the
put more
video.
light, Erin?
Erin has no more.
This is what you get, man. Hold on.
Turn
let
your
me...
phone on your
I
face.
just want to be able to
yo.
see you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh shit, that
All
looks
right.
stupid.
No.
No.
No, use the
Maybe increase
flashlight
light. Yeah, flashlight. Yeah.
and then face yourself.
There you go. A little bit better. Okay. All right. One, 2, 3. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And Stephanie, you're going to have a show at the deli, and
Thank you. Yes. So I want to thank you, Amy Lowry, for guiding us through this episode. Just remember, she's glad you're here. And we have a special announcement that Amy already told you, but we're returning live in person in a theater for Over the Ledge Part 7. Part
Oh, wow.
7.
that's
So
wow,
put October 4th through 6th on your calendars now, and we'll give you
Where's
more
it at, by the
information.
way?
Scottish Rite.
Oh no shit! We're performing
great.
Scottish.
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
awesome.
That's
Yes.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
it's
fabulous.
a theater from the late 1800s. It's definitely
It's
haunted.
probably it's spooky. It's terrifying going to the bathroom, but y'all come out.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
that's
pretty
not
great.
gonna... All right, and that's our show. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok as @Over the Ledge. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take care.
Mom
Good
and
night.
Dad.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you, Rep.
Bye.